Welcome back to AM Live. Thank you, Sarah. I'm here with Dr. Pam Sharp, and I will refer to her as Pam after I introduce her as Dr. Sharp. And this art is lovely. It's just fantastic. And the expression that these children, how they express themselves is magnificent. Tell them where your classes are and what you're going to be doing at the fair.
Right. We're at the Children's Studio, which is part of the Hanford Street Gallery, 291 Hanford Street, Sutter Creek. And we have just a few workshops left for the rest of the summer. We have clay and action painting, cardboard forts, printmaking, and multimedia painting for the rest of the summer until school starts. Then we start our regular school schedule. But at the fair, I'm going to be there every day at the fair from noon till 6, 10 till 6, in the Youth Arts Building, and kids can come and paint watercolor or tempera paint, or they can make a craft.
I think that's great. Now, Pam, in teaching children, because there's all types of medium, that paper mache horse is beautiful, and the different things that you have. Do you, when you see a child come in and they start, can you tell how, through their expression, if they really have that talent to express? I mean, I think every kid has I really do.
Well, every kid has something to express. And kids have different abilities, especially when I only see them once a week. Sometimes I've only seen them for a couple weeks. Some children have been with me for 2 years. So I really, when I work with such a small group, I don't ever take more than 6. And for instance, today I have a very small group of 1. And so you can really work and find out how they're growing and keep your eye on them and know what they can do. And we might want to look at this mural, which is a good example. This year, for the whole school year, we worked on body proportion and body movement. So here's where we start with some of the older kids on trying to get the arms long and
they're very well proportioned, a lot of them. Yes, they are.
They did a good job.
They did.
So here's a bigger kid. And we worked at sitting in chairs, and then we worked at overlap. You remember how that works? If I'm behind you, you can't see my arm.
Right. Like this little girl down here with the two girls peeking behind.
Her friends are looking out.
Yes, that is adorable.
And then this is General Custer. So here's General Custer, the guys all behind him, and that was done by a first grader.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, he's quite an able child.
I was going to say it was somebody my age. But,
right. So we got movement. I love this one down here, if you can get that one. Here's the mom, the dad, the little boy.
The dog.
Overlapped here. And then here's the grandpa with wrinkly skin.
Isn't that cute? And he has a cane.
He has a cane.
See, now there's a lot of expression in that.
That's right.
That is fantastic.
That's right. So
that is great. And I mean, the proportion is unbelievable. These kids, they have it down.
Yeah, they do.
They do a great job. And some of these, you say, are only first graders.
Yes. Well, there's a 4-year-old here.
Oh, my goodness.
4-year-old.
How cute.
4-year-old. Well, there's some more 4-year-old stuff in here if we can find it.
That is great. Now, I want to show our audience some of these paintings here, because these are very artistic. And I like the idea. I mean, all the color. It's amazing, because you know sometimes kids just get 3 color crayons and that's it. And everything's the same color. But with this one, a lot of expression.
Yeah. This one is from a study where we looked at costumes of people from different countries. So that little girl really spent a long time. I push them too. I say, gosh, I think maybe we could add. Could you add? What else could we do?
Now these are daffodils.
These are studies of flowers. They were daffodils, but
beautiful.
But every one is different. Every child makes her art or his art a little bit differently. There was a wonderful pattern on the picture that the flowers were on that this child caught beautifully. This child didn't even look at that picture, and she made a round one.
Wow.
That's okay.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then this was a project here we call Beasties. And so this beast has 3 heads, and look at all those eyes.
Wow.
So he'd really be able to see the world.
You betcha.
Right.
And the tree, and the
tree.
flowers.
Yeah.
Butterfly. I mean, there's so many details.
Right.
And I think that's what's so much fun when you watch youngsters, because they have such expression, and they put it to paper or canvas, and it's so cute to watch them.
Right.
You know, and they're thinking the whole time. You see the little eyes going back and
Yeah,
forth,
right.
and they think and they take great pride, as they should, in their work. What would be the hardest, do you think, Doctor, to teach a child that would like to do some art?
Gosh, I don't know what's hard.
Would it be hard?
I guess maybe focus. Kids come in and, you know, they've got computer games, they've got a lot of other stuff going. And to have them spend a long, long time. For instance, this child had to make this paper first.
Oh,
then
okay.
had to cut this paper up, and then had to figure out what we call her beasties. How many feet, how many heads, how many eyes. This took close to an hour, and she was in kindergarten.
Wow.
So to keep a kindergartner focused for an hour, that's maybe one of the hard things.
That's very, very pretty.
This is a first grader.
Beautiful.
This is handmade paper.
Beautiful.
I work with real good materials because, I mean, why give little kids crummy materials? It's like giving them crummy food.
Well, I mean, and then they get used to the finer things, and they want to better.
Right.
And it makes them feel that I'm using the best already.
Right.
So it gives them a boost. It boosts their ego.
Right.
Now that is paper mache.
This is paper mache, and this was a project where we work on gesture. So it's not just a horse standing there. I mean, this guy's got a lot of personalities.
Yes.
He's looking around.
He's looking around.
So to get the kids to know that there's movement and things happen in a piece.
I think that's probably maybe one of the most difficult is to show them that there is movement, just like a regular horse, a regular person. We have movement in our objects, and then they can transpose that right to their piece of art.
Yeah.
And that is.
This is a cupcake. It's a cover. It's a cover jar.
How cute!
And actually, every kid takes his work home every time. So these are leftovers. Is what we're seeing.
Exciting.
So the kids go home. This was a lesson on architecture, and then patterning. And so we've got a different pattern on every side of this little house.
What a great project to do something like that for the holidays. They can make like a little gingerbread house or a pumpkin or whatever. It's great. So now I want you to remember that 245-3910 for the Children's Studio, and it's going on until the end of July the 19th. Am I right? And then you have the fair.
Then I have the fair, and then we go on in August until school starts. And after school starts, you call the same number, or go by 291 Hanford Street Gallery, and you can pick up a schedule.
Wonderful.
And kids can come after school then.
Great.
2 sessions after school.
Doctor, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful art with us, and I appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go over to our next guest, and I will be right over there.